I want to show you this jump can be done, even though it's very hard. Okay, let me reset the level. Okay, this level is about, you see there is this button changing the doors here. There is a connector there, and so the idea of the level is normally if you do it like this, that door there is closed, and so you cannot go on the other side. If you do it like this, you don't reach this receiver. So the trick is this one. You stand on the button after setting this up, and then it stays on. It stays on. Then you do this this link here, this connection here, and you basically do the same thing. You charge it, and while you go, you step off the button, it immediately gets the light and stays on. So you get on the other side, yeah. So now it's done. It's an easy level to start. It can be quite tricky because you may not notice the strategical use of the ladder and the thing with the button. Okay, this is the extra, so don't care about it if you don't. It's unconventional. It's not something really interesting in terms of puzzle. You first have to do this hard jump. Let me try this again if I manage. Yeah. Oops. And I will just skip that with F3. This is a device I put to launch you with camera mode. Then if you go here, you notice there's a recorder. You have to use it, and you stop a pause point so you can like breathe underwater. You notice there is a platform. It works strange. And let's say the extra things in my level are always jetpacks, basically, because they are not collected and saved as progress, so you don't feel like they're mandatory. So I'll just walk the future guy to the jetpack. So I go back here. I think this is enough. Oh. In the beginning. Oh, my bad. Oh, come on. Okay. And this was all. Now let me go to the other levels. This level instead is called Losing Touch. It's quite challenging. Does this work? Okay, yeah, it works, but it takes a lot for some reason. And so I say there are soft locks. This first part here, basically, you need to trick things here, 2 cubes basically, and to cut this blue connection, this blue laser, to have the red aiming there. So whenever it's blue, you stop the fans. You cannot take them, otherwise the turrets kill you. So to launch the connector on the other side, you need that. You have to create a tower of cubes, and you can jump here and go there and put the connector on top, or you can take the ladder if you don't like see that movement of jumping on the fan. Oh, okay. So now when you remove the cube, this immediately goes white, immediately, because colors work like that. And then you can just use the fence here. So So you create an interruption here, this becomes red and this opens the door. I can take out the connector. See? If you lose the connection, you can retrieve it here to the red source. Then I also want a cube, let's say. You can distinguish the doors are pretty distinguishable. And here you can see you're aiming at the first one, then you can take the first cube. Okay, now here there are two keys. So there is one connector here, connecting to 3 receivers, each one operating their doors, let's say. 3 caged receivers, let's say. You cannot aim them, but you can only aim this one. So this one only operates this door, this one only operates this door, and this receiver here plus this button operate this door. You see there are 2 conditions here shown. So you bring inside the connector. You can also do it from outside, but let's bring it inside, it's better. Then as you open this one, it's a bootstrap, it stays on. The same way for this one. Then the first set of keys. You see now I have the button, as I also have the blue light, then it stays on. So now this is a bootstrap. I wanna have the cube here to get the keys. So I jump this door here. Then I bring the cube here and take the keys. I put it back. Now, you notice this is the door on the right. You want to open both the doors to have the connector on the button. I'll show you then what's the purpose of that. There are some ladders here, you see. So the trick here is to have 2 cubes. And so you have to go back and swap the jammer with 2 cubes basically. I have to bring it inside here. And I just aim a... Oh, sorry. I just move the cube. I stand, for example, on this button and jump the other door. And I can have the cubes on here. Oh. Take the ladder. And then I can jump. I get the jammer back since it's more powerful. Okay. Oh, let me also show you a little thing for later. No, it's fine, I can show you that later. It was for an extra. Okay, so now the connector can stay here. Let me also take a cube. Jump in the first door, so taking the cube here. Okay, now the thing is this is the idea. For the last part I wanna have that receiver here for the fence, so I need to, and also there's a door here which is only jammable. You see it doesn't have any wire or anything, so you need to have this open and this door jammed. These 2 doors, these 2 buttons opens this door, so you wanna have a jammer over here, connector here, and a cube, one of those 2 buttons. So, if you wanna bring the jammer on the other side, this receiver also operates these 2 fans. And basically, you can move around here, but you cannot go past there, basically. And from here you cannot deactivate anything. And also, let's say if this was closed, you can only interrupt everything together, basically. If that was closed, you weren't able to bring the jammer inside here. So you need the fan to bring the jammer in there. And what's the trick to have the jammer there and then remove this door but leave the other 2 opens? It is, again, removing the cube from below. It is quite tricky because understanding the problem takes a while. The meanwhile, I guess you can forget the move you've done before. Yeah, that's good. I go away, and then I remove the cube, it falls, and while it falls, this bootstrap closes. Now I reopen it. It is on the button, so it works. Let me just have better angles. And then I have the fanny here. And this was the level. It is quite tricky, even though I do it fast, of course I know. You can see there is a switch here, and outside here, oh, the doors are open, you see. There is a, let's say, a funny extra here. I made a itemless zone, basically. You cannot can move items in here. You cannot even drop them. I am trying, but I cannot. I cannot pick them up. But I can activate the switch, not in third person for a particular reason. Made this with a giant NPC, with a giant clone. Of course, with editing the files, let's say it's not something normal in the level, in the possibility of the editor. So I just activate the switch. All the doors are open. This is just to show you the, let's say, the particular thing you cannot use resources. And let me go back here. It's everything permanently on after you take the tetromino, unless you reset the level. So I allowed this switch, it wasn't allowed before, and when I do that, I can now move stuff behind. It means basically I push the clone away, and now I can move stuff, and I can get the extra, which was a jetpack here. So let me go to the other level. Oh, and this is just a detail. I put them upside down so it makes a text lost. L-O-S-T. And this is the hardest level of the bunch. Just to prevent, let's say, bugs and exploits, I made this thing that you have. There is this device that removes you the possibility to rewind. I mean, now if I press R, it doesn't work. And I have to do that also with the clone. And it is both I mean, to prevent you from rewinding and to show you it's not part of the solution. You can cheese it if you do something, I will tell you later, but okay, so the idea of this level is to have first the red here. You see it lights up with the red and not blue. This one is turned totally off, and you need no red and blue. So basically you need only red, only blue, and only red. So now the thing is, you basically have the clone to change the color from outside, stepping on the button only. So I can take control here again. Oh, by the way, about this level, you see it's everything red. I used the big tetromino signs, and they cast the color of the tetromino over the meshes, basically. Okay, so the base idea to change the setup, there are some ways. Like you can, for the first and second door, you can have a setup and then leave a connector run and then it changes color, but then you won't be able to take back the clone, let's say, or I mean not in the way you desire. Or you can like stay inside here and then make something like this to change it to blue temporarily. I mean, being quick, taking control of the guy. But it's not the intended way, of course. Yeah, I didn't even manage. But anyway, the idea is that the change is permanent, you don't have to hurry, let's say. So one basic setup to take the first tetromino is this one. You see, I can change color with the body. And this is a setup I really like. So I might use that, and I've already used that in the past. And this way you can have this connection to make the blue overpower the red, so you can pass here, then you stand on the button, and the blue overpowers the red. But this is good to take the first Tetromino, but not enough to take the second one. And to take the second one, you also need to be able to make it red with the blue light, which is very tricky, let's say. The idea is this one. It is quite particular. Okay, like here. So with the body... Wait a second, what did I do wrong? Okay. With the body I can change the setup. This way it becomes red. This way it becomes blue. It becomes red. But you cannot really do that from outside. The way you do that from outside, you see, when it's blue, then if you step on the button shortly, it doesn't change anything. But if it is red, I'll just show you what happens basically. If it is red, if you stand on the button quickly, it becomes blue. But if you stand long, then it becomes red. I'll show you again and explain why. So if you stand quickly, this one is turned white and it doesn't create that interruption there. So the other connector overpowers this one and it stays blue. If I stand long, this one becomes blue for a while, it creates that interruption and then it becomes red. Okay, and of course this was very hard because figuring out this thing is quite hard. You have to try and understand, and yeah, but it's quite interesting, I would say, because it's a relatively simple setup but really powerful, let's say. So I'll just go in here. I go here. Oh, and the castle become black as I picked up the Tetromino because the black cross came over the Tetromino, let's say. Okay, so I stand here on the button for some time. And I take that white Tetromino. And this was all for the main puzzles. The extra here. Now, where is the clone? There. Now I've unlocked this switch here. Look, things are next to you. So things are next to me. I can see here the jetpacks, and here the platform. You cannot recognize those are jetpacks, but I will also tell you later. So if I go here, I see there is nothing, but dying equals free rewind. So as you see, the fact that it is rewinding it shows me the lowering fence raising up again. So this is the idea. You jump on the lowering fence with this trick. Now you've unlocked the rewind basically. Oops. Yeah, when characters don't have rewind, they are more slippery for some reason. So I just made the fence bigger and stuff. So from here, before you jump. So from here, I hope you can try to look around with the camera, and if you see it from above, they are strange, but yeah, extras are not very fair, so I know it might not be enough. There were 6 jetpacks actually, but taking one consumes the other. There is an extra, let's say a funny technical thing here, which is a very small NPC inside here, being pushed by a little fan, stealing the jetpacks. So now I have to take another jetpack, I have to search for them. And if I look around with camera mode, there is one very suspicious point there, the tower there. And there is nothing so suspicious. So I can go there. In the same way I jumped over the guy first, I can go again over the guy. And even though the animation is not precise, you can walk like this on the clone. And if you go there first with the jetpack, you'll notice you have to bring another clone in there. I'll show you. I'm using fast forward to be faster. Because if you stand here, see, you go here, but jump doesn't work with him. So you go here and you do this jump here. And then, congratulations. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, now I cannot rewind, but if I press X, it unlocks the rewind. Now you're supposed to just quit the level, let's say. After X you can rewind. Maybe I could tell with a message, but it's fine. Yeah, and this was all.